I first had this idea back in 2006 when I was banging away on my keyboard writing a cue for a TV show and thought how much I wanted to develop my own percussion library. Not just another percussion library, but something with a sonic uniqueness that would make it stand out. One of the most important elements of creating the sonic uniqueness is finding the right engineer. Luckily for me, I knew the best person for the job, my good friend and audio guru, Leffler. I've always been a big fan of his work. He's had extensive industry experience working with the best, and I was excited at the possibilities.
The philosophy behind Evolution's series is to create virtual instruments that sound amazing straight out of the box. Achieving this goal involves much the same processes as any music production I've been involved in the last 14 years. A lot of time is spent in pre-production before we go into the studio. We test our ideas and our theories to make sure we're going down the right path. The devil is always in the details. We've put a lot of effort into World Percussion 2.0 and I truly believe that it's not going to disappoint.
Now, obviously we needed the best drums and the best musicians to play them. One day, I mentioned to a friend of mine that I was looking for some amazing percussionists. She knew just the right person. Initially, I thought we needed more than one musician due to the scope of the library. But it turns out I was wrong. One was all we needed. His name is Ian Watson. He could play drums from all around the world and has access to some of the best instruments out there.
I guess I got into traditional instruments just because from a young age I was into archaeology and ancient history, and so when it came to music I naturally sort of moved towards different cultures and different cultural instruments. So learning traditional music in Australia is one thing, but going to another country or a place of origin where that music is from is a completely different experience.
One of the highlights of this project for me was when I was in New Zealand celebrating Easter with my family, and out of the blue Joel Goldsmith sent me an email saying he wanted to have a chat. He had just received his copy of World Percussion. At that point I got nervous and hoped he hadn't encountered any issues. It was definitely important for me that we'd made a good impression with our library, as I've always had a great deal of respect for Joel as a composer. Soon after I replied to his email, the phone rang. It was Joel. So I braced myself waiting for a bug report, but then the total opposite happened. He started to say how much he loved our library and that he was going to replace all his drum sounds with ours. And on top of that, he apologised if he sounded like a fan. I was a little shocked as I thought, I should be the one that sounded like a fan. It was a realisation that we had created something pretty special and we could be proud of our achievement.